All right, unmuted. Unmuted. I think I need to lower myself a little bit yet. Okay. Rich and Luke, episode 102. Say hello, Luke.
Hey, what's up?
All right.
Uh, Portal, good or
Hell yeah.
bad?
Oh, I mean, good, I think. Although
Yeah.
I had this thought earlier today, and I don't know, I don't remember seeing it go out, but I like were teams instructed to like have their updates in by like a certain day or time or something like that? Did that ever happen?
What do you mean by that? Like, did we tell them?
Like like so so like how your spreadsheet like runs and catches all
Yeah,
the changes. Are teams like aware that that's happening so they know to have all their players done by like a
they
certain time?
should. I know it was in a lot of places. Whether they read it or not, that's up to them.
Okay. I wasn't
So
sure
we're
if that
gonna figure
happened.
out because I know in the file thread, Baltimore, their co-GM said, "Hey, these guys need to be
Yes.
updated," and then you responded, "Yeah, they're in this week's update thread."
Well,
So
that was after I did
honestly,
it, but all those
yeah.
were yeah. So
So
yeah.
I would like to think so, but knowing GMs, they don't know.
Yeah, I
So starting
just
tomorrow, I'm gonna get pinged, and they're gonna ask why. I have to explain to them.
yeah. That's what I was worried about. Like, because when I saw that, I was like, oh, like there were some that were in there that were borderline, but almost all of them were like, yeah, well after. Like one was like, I don't know, it was like Sunday at like I don't know, 11 a.m. or something like that, last
In
weekend.
case for everyone listening, which is like Carpy,
Yeah.
Cooley apparently, and James, it's 3 a.m. PST on Sunday. So midnight on Sunday, or 3 a.m. on 3 a.m. on Sunday EST. That's the cutoff, so that when Rich wakes up in the morning, he can just sit by his computer
Yep.
and
My
put the
coffee and do my updates.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it was that's what I mean, again, I just didn't remember if I ever saw it anywhere, so I had no idea if it was actually communicated or not. But what I told LA was just like, "Hey, get your update in before Sunday." And we're good. And it's honestly it's a better like a better window than it was with updating with the updater simply because they had like this like 2.5 day window that like at any time within this 2.5 days your update could be done. So this is
Yeah.
better. Whether I'm sure somebody would be like, "Oh, this is not good." You know, it's fine.
You have the
It's
whole week
fine.
to
It's
update,
better.
Kyle.
It's good.
If you want to wait till Sunday to update, you'll just have to wait another week.
Yep. That's on you. Um. Anyway. Anyway.
Anyway,
What do we got? We got preseason, but honestly, who cares?
what, you
Um.
don't care about preseason?
I mean, I'm interested in so much as like, hey, hockey, right? And
Yeah.
I'm talking both SHL and NHL, right? Um.
Mm,
Like I don't really care about either, but I still am interested to see.
yeah.
Um. But really, I guess we got a ton of questions to go over, which is great because this week is honestly probably among the worst as far as like things to talk about.
100%.
Um,
Do you want to talk about WJC real quick?
excuse me
I'm a coach yet.
for for
Team North America, baby.
really you did that?
Yeah, one of my prospects doesn't have an FHM, so I was like, I'll
Ah,
do
okay,
it.
okay,
And then it's like, oh, our team sucks. Let me just put in some good strats, and
yeah, yeah,
we're
yeah,
fifth right now
yep,
because yeah, U.S. and Canada takes all the good players. So right, actually no, right now we're tied for third, and we have like a couple games
oh,
in
nice.
hand. So
Yeah, my
we're
memory
kind of
is
we're
like
kind of goaded right now, Reg.
NA was always like the like I know like World and Ice were kind of like questionable, but NA was always like the literal leftovers.
Yeah, it's all the leftovers.
Yeah, so it's like it's
Like
not
last season they were
honestly
eighth.
would probably be fairly unpleasant being on the NA team if I'm honest. Like it's not like
Yeah, they're constantly between 6 and 10 for from what I can see. So I'm here to bring them out for a season.
hmm.
Yeah, the past like 7 seasons they haven't done better than sixth, and right now we're tied for third. So
So my only memory of them is when my player was still a rookie in the SMJHL as a goalie, and
Mhm.
I think I played 6 games against them, or maybe I had more than uh, half as many shutouts as I had games played against them. I think I had 6 wins and like 4 shutouts playing them,
Yeah.
and
I don't know. All I
it
can
was
say is that
that's
apparently
unfortunate.
I'm a good GM, Rich, because our lines are good.
Oh, I forgot to take down the starting soon because I'm an idiot.
Oh, right. No one's in
Unprofessional.
here.
Yeah, right.
It's a
Nobody wants to
Slicer
see that
user.
except for the all the VOD watchers and YouTube watchers and stuff.
No, Slicer users in here.
Oh,
Anyway, so Team
well,
North America doing great because of me. Smile.
nice, great job, great job.
Yep. Pats for me. Anyway,
All right,
that's
questions.
all the
What's up,
that's all
Slicer?
the WJC news because that's all I care about. Because if I can get some money from my prospect, even more. Because I think it's like 2 mil for being a GM, but then like another 2 mil for getting gold.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah. That sounds right. 'Cause I think, yeah, yeah, I believe that's correct. Um, oh no, who's that? Who's the crazy numbers? Who's that?
Rage Tomato probably.
Oh, good call, good call.
Bro,
Yep.
Sweden sixth, bro. 12 points to R17. Get out of here. Anyway,
All right,
that's a bunch.
let's do some questions. Let's actually
Yeah,
like
I tagged a bunch of people.
have a
So
what do you call it? A bit of a direction. How about all right, so I'm just gonna go top to bottom because I didn't bother to like try to figure out if there was a theme and I could group the questions together or whatever because that's for people who care to prepare, and we don't do that.
we don't prepare.
No, 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 no. Okay.
I'm eating dinner right now.
Yeah, yeah. That's where we're at. We're like talking with our mouth full, and
That's a
just
great
like
stew.
completely blindsided by whatever questions are about to come. So
We'll answer them though.
yeah, yeah. Kale salad. He wants to know way too soon predictions, which is like actually it's almost too late predictions for the season, right at this point. And honestly, even when he asked it, it wasn't way too soon. It was like kind of right on time. But at any rate, that's like
Bad formatting.
it
Kale, come on.
doesn't matter. So yeah, predictions for the season, and also I guess to like piggyback off that, biggest surprise of the season is his second question, and why?
Okay. Um, I'll have 3 hot predictions.
Okay.
The first big prediction is that Edmonton will beat Winnipeg in the conference finals.
Oh, I mean
Uh,
that's not crazy. I mean,
the
I wouldn't
second
bet on it,
biggest,
but like yeah.
the second biggest one is that Buffalo will be first in their division, beating both me and Hamilton in standings. That's my second spicy prediction. And then my third spicy prediction is that Minnesota will finally make the playoffs and then
Well,
go to game 7.
listen, Minnesota making the playoffs, I think it's not automatic, but I feel like,
It's not automatic, but
but
it's
like it's close. Well, I don't. Maybe that's stretching slightly because let's see who do they have to beat to get into the playoffs. They have to be better than New Orleans, which is absolutely possible. They have to be
mhm.
better than Calgary, which is also possible, and then Seattle, which I think is. I'm not sure which one of those is most likely, but I feel like they're better than
We will see.
Minnesota's better than all 3 of those teams.
On paper, they are,
Yeah, I mean the real issue is that they're Minnesota. It
but
has
for
nothing to do with
whatever
their
reason,
roster.
because of Minnesota,
Yeah.
that shit happens. As well as, I say they go to game 7 in the first round. That's my hot prediction, but I don't think they'll win.
Who would they end up facing though?
Continuing their losing streak. If I had to guess, I think Edmonton or Winnipeg. No, it would have to no, because Winnipeg would face up against like Calgary or Edmonton or Seattle, like the third worst person in the conference. I think they'll be the fourth worst team in the conference, so they'll probably face up against Edmonton. So that's why it's my hot and spicy take.
Their roster is actually kind of pretty decent. Minnesota's.
Yeah, but it's
Their forwards are
Minnesota,
a little
so
weak, but like their defense is fine. Their goalies are fine. Well, the goalie, it's like okay, great, good for you. Um,
that's my way too soon predictions. Those are my 3. You get 3 out of me, Kel.
see, my predictions were I think because I did them yesterday. I should have saved them for today. That would have been nice, nice little thing we could have done live. Let's see. I don't think I had anything weird. I think I almost had Teams by TPE across the board. Although I think I put Buffalo ahead of Hamilton, but I think technically Hamilton has more TPE.
Yeah,
But with Hamilton, I think their strength is their depth more than anything, and also I am a big Toman fan in terms of like coaching. I think he's really good. So I trust that Buffalo will probably overperform their TPE. Although what that means is not a ton because I don't think they're not on like New England or Philadelphia's level clearly. But I do think they'll probably perform slightly better than their like what
I
they're like
trust him
essentially
in Kevin's
middle of
brain.
the league TPE ranking.
I trust him in Tubman's big brain of his.
Yeah, he's got that real big brain. Hmm. Biggest surprise? I don't honestly think there's any that are that big. Chicago, I think, does better than people expect, but what that means again is like they kind of finish where you would expect. I think they just have a better more wins than you might think. Chicago's another one of those
They'll
teams that I
be
kind of trust. I
they'll
trust
be
their coaching
better.
quite a bit.
They'll be
What's that?
better than their TPE.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. If there's any big surprises. I think
I
the
don't think
league
so
is
either.
it's kind of like fairly tiered right now in terms of like the teams. So like I said, with Chicago maybe doing slightly better than what you might expect, I don't think it moves them up in the standings, at least not in their division.
Uh, I mean, it depends with Texas. I think.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually, Texas is maybe slightly a wild card, but they're another team that I feel like I guess I don't know how I feel about their. I mean, I know they draft well, so I got to think
Yeah,
their coaching is going to be on point. Although their forwards aren't great, their defense is quite good. Forwards are fine.
yeah.
I don't know. Hard to say.
We'll see. And then he said, "How do you feel about The Sims? What can we do better? Should we come with a new plan?" I know I said this in GM chat where we make the most noise, but I just think you run it like PBE where you have like two Sims during the week that's like really good, and then for the rest of it you just quick sim. You just call it a day there. You focus all your energy on getting two Sims that work really well instead of five Sims that are a lot of times delayed this past season, but just like not a lot of people see. So if you can concentrate the energy where you can have two days out of the five or whatever, or one day out of the five, whatever, however you want to split it, where you have two really good sims with like commentary, or like you have the full games, which do take longer for like one or two teams, where because those are actually kind of fun to see because it actually shows the play out more. Just like we saw that in the playoffs with us in Winnipeg, where it showed more of what the sim can do rather than it quick simming and then you get the weird glitches. So I think in terms of the product right now, as long as the sim is going to be acting up, it's just not beneficial enough to keep on doing it the same way and run and spinning your wheels. I'd rather them try to concentrate and produce like either one or two really good streams in a week, and then maybe just do something different for playoffs. I don't really know.
Yeah, I think that's
That's mine.
pretty.
I'm gonna get some more stew, sir, Rich, so you can stall for like a minute
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
talk.
So I guess I think that's pretty fair. The Sims, I watch a fair amount of them. I don't want to say most, but I feel like I'm probably in the range of like half. I try to catch, and it's never more than like 15 people that I've noticed that are actively watching. Like I'll kind of occasionally glance down at the watching number just because I'm curious about that kind of thing. But like it honestly feels like most of the time it's like single digits. Um, and I don't know if that's like I don't know. I don't know if how much we would consider that an issue. Because the I would like to think that the live sim would be potentially a selling point, but FHM's pretty a little rough. Um, it sometimes I think represents hockey kind of reasonably, but I feel like a lot of the time it does not. Um, but I don't think there's anything we can do about that. That's just like something we have to work around. Um, what can be done better? God, I don't even know. I do kind of like your idea. I don't know if you're back. I heard a little bit of noise,
I'm back.
but I kind of like your idea in the sense that it might take some of the stress off of the simmers, which I absolutely don't mind. Um, I would be for that, assuming that like they feel the need for that. I guess I don't know what their working situation's like. I know we had a bunch of delays this past season, but I don't really fully know all the reasons for those things. Um, so I don't know. I'm My biggest issue with our sims is things that are outside of our control. It's mostly that FHM's is kind of meh um, for the live sim aspect.
Yeah, well, Slater said because he said, doesn't feel that FHM sim watching is the best, but it depends on what's being simmed for the watchers.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like with the product that FHM has right now for what we sim on, it's just not that great viewing experience unless it's the full sim, and that takes like an hour or like 40
Yeah.
minutes to actually sim. So it's not like, the cost benefit of a simmer doing that isn't that high.
Yeah. It's not great. Um, but yeah, I think like I said, the FHM aspect there's just nothing we can do. So outside of that, yeah, maybe take a little bit of pressure off
I
the
just I just don't want to waste
sim team.
people's time.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess yeah. When I don't know, I don't not enjoy when my team's playing a live sim.
Hmm.
So I don't know how I'd feel if like I got fewer of them. I'm not sure. I'm not like over the moon. I'm not doing backflips over it. Like I'm not like, oh boy, my team's up. I can't wait to watch this. I'm just like, oh, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, playoffs is a totally different thing too. Playoffs is actually generally pretty enjoyable, um, assuming things don't get wacky within the sim, which it can.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. Yep.
And then he said, "Seen any good movies
Oh
lately?"
boy.
And I'll respond with, "I've been watching Better Call Saul. That's not a movie; it's a TV series." And then I saw Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 3, and that was pretty good.
Hmm.
That's it.
I can't uh, think of a movie I've seen recently outside of one that I've like already seen. I rewatch stuff usually to like help me fall asleep at night. So like but nothing like new, and certainly
Mm.
nothing like new in the sense that it's like was released recently. Um, so no, I have not seen any good movies lately. Sorry.
Good job, Kale. Way to ask a bad question.
A bad question for me, and yeah. All right, Jr. Jr's got Dark Horse for each award. Oh boy, this is something I definitely should have thought about beforehand. Um,
He
or if that's
said,
too much, favorite Dark Horse for two
"Yeah,
each. I guess 2 awards each.
hmm
Um.
just one or two."
Oh boy, Dark Horse. Um.
I think it's probably on one of the Edmonton people to win the Mexico.
As a not unreasonable chance, I think.
And then whoever San Francisco calls up will probably win the Jester.
Possible. I actually kind of like, and this isn't really a dark horse. I don't think. I mean, the Jester's a weird one, right? Because like it could go any way. There's no. It's very, I think, very difficult to predict. But I like Grumathan, Daniel Grumathan on Buffalo.
Oh, that could also be
I think
decent.
I think he's probably going to see a lot of ice time. Um,
But I was showing. But no power play time. Power play
yeah,
time
that's
makes a
true.
difference.
That is true. Yeah, it's hard to say. Um, the yeah, and with like a team like San Francisco, it kind of depends on like because they've got a lot of guys who've come up recently, so I think they'd have to like trim somebody else's time if they want to give that kind of time to a rookie. So it
Yeah.
kind of depends on if they want to do that or not. But I think you're right about that. If they do that, I think they're. But they've got like I think 2 this season, don't they? 2.
Yeah, I just went with the higher TP one.
Yeah, yeah. I forget who they are now.
Thank you, JR, for that
Yes, yes. What
addition.
about any other awards? What about best goalie? What about the best goalie? The John McBride Award, trophy.
Whatever the Texas goalie is, because they'll probably do good. And the Texas goalie will have a high GSAA with enough wins and a high save percentage that they'll win.
So my thought was, and I didn't make this prediction because I think it's kind of nuts. But and it's not really a dark horse either. Like I feel like this is kind of I wouldn't say favorite either, but I don't know. Brick wall, right? If Montreal's like worse, like he could potentially get peppered with shots, and he's like,
yeah, but you won't get the wins.
I don't know how much. I don't know how much that. Yeah, you're right. It'll probably be if it's too big of a discrepancy, then it's hard to justify that.
Montreal's not going to win. They're going tank mode.
Yeah. That's why he's my dark horse, baby. Because unlikely scenario equals dark horse, right? Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Have we got any others? Any others that?
No, I think that's it.
Single hardest food ingredient for you to live without. Which ingredient would completely alter how or what you eat if removed from your diet altogether? God, I'm gonna expose myself as like a person who doesn't eat very interesting like food.
Mm-hmm.
I eat so much like steamed broccoli and like steamed mixed vegetables.
You weren't born in the Midwest, eh?
No, it's like I've made a bunch of food. Like I've made some Indian curries. It's just like
you just eat to live and not live
yes,
to eat.
basically yes. And I like to meal prep and like I like to do it as like quickly as possible. So I spend like an hour and a half, 2 hours making almost all of my food for the week.
Oh,
and so
like my roommate.
So yeah, so my normal diet would be very difficult. Like I'd have to remove salt or something.
Yeah,
so that would probably be my answer. Removing something like
for most people,
like
it's like salt or black pepper. I'll be a little bit special. I'll probably paprika or onion powder. Those two will probably be the hardest to replace.
Although he does say ingredient, like so maybe it's a little more broad. You could
onion. Without onion, I don't know how to cook half my meals or garlic. Take one of those away.
For me, it would actually be broccoli. Like I love broccoli so much. I eat so much of it.
I eat broccoli every day of the week. Weekday.
I'm a huge fan of broccoli. It's great. It's
great. Fan of broccoli. Do you just boil it?
I've got like a steaming basket thing that I put in some
Okay, actually that's fine.
Yeah. It's a little bit more like
a little bit more
time consuming. Like because you gotta But
I just cut up my broccolis. I cut it up into bite-sized pizzas. Olive oil, salt, pepper, throw in the oven for 15 minutes at 425 degrees. Comes out great. I eat it every day of the week with rice and chicken. And we're good.
Nice. Wow.
Wow. Good job, JR. Way to ask question. I guess we go on to my next player.
Oh, is JR one of yours too?
Yeah.
All right.
I traded for him in the offseason. We talked.
I didn't remember that, but I remember when I was doing the file, being like, "Oh, that's weird. I didn't remember that happening." And now I again forgot. And you had to...
First and Southie to get him.
Okay.
Or 2 seconds in Southie.
Seems all right. I guess I don't know where JR is at. I heard he was going to be more active. So. All right.
See.
Yeah, let's go to Count Chocula. This is Antoine Beauregard. Antoine Beauregard. Yeah. Breakout player predictions. Oof.
Probably someone on LA.
We have high hopes for Reed Kobo, but I don't know how much of a breakout it's going to be because he's already pretty decent.
It would probably be someone like Texas or actually Hamilton is a great breakout team.
Yeah, they've got like I said, really, really good. Well, yeah, quite good forward depth. I don't know breakout. Let's take a peek.
Good question, Chalk. Way to do that. We already did the live sim thoughts, and then the last one is rumors on SHL's own sim engine development. We are not. There's no plans to, and I wouldn't even want people from the SHL to make a sim engine because it would give way too much power to those specific individuals who can turn the keys to the engine itself.
Yeah, yeah. Thoughts on
All
live
right,
sims? And they're
I
great.
did the
We
live
love
sims. We love live
no
sims.
no
They're
no
great. Keep
notes.
them. Live sim every game actually. Um, next one of my players, Thief G.
Yeah, Thief. Yeah, okay.
He says
This
now
one I
that
knew.
on fantasy, who are the sleeper picks? Who's gonna
Oh boy.
be the biggest rise, even not a sleeper? Um, anyone on Hamilton, like the big people, like Halsey's player or Alex's player or Simon's player, even though Simon is already, a good playoff or good fantasy person, but him switching to Hamilton will help. Um, and then like a couple people from Texas and LA will probably be pretty big risers.
This is the one where we were like saying Reed Kobo. I think
Yeah.
I see. I don't. So I don't actually know. So I don't know if you knew this, Luke, but this will be my third season not participating in fantasy.
Bro, this is my first season participating in
Yeah,
fantasy,
I've
and it sounds like 10 seasons.
I've stopped doing it.
Wow,
So I
Rick's
don't
not dedicated to the
I
grind.
don't actually I don't actually know who's like. It's actually kind of great, honestly. Like
Listen, the 10 seasons I didn't
not
do it was
caring.
great. I just didn't care. Nothing happened. I didn't get any TV. I'm good.
Sleeper picks. Yeah, Reed Kobo is kind of our pick in LA, but like again, he was okay-ish. But he's not getting picked, so like you could probably get him fifth or sixth. Um, who else? God, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could help, but I can't.
Nice.
Hell
Next
yeah, we
question.
did it.
Deep said, "What's the biggest issue facing SHL today? What should HO Scrubs do about it?"
Oh
Well, now
boy.
with the portal, everything's solved now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Biggest issue. So
Uh,
it's interesting because like I don't really think there are necessarily any like what you would call a big issue.
there
Um,
isn't any major ones that HO can step in immediately and fix.
mhm.
Obviously parity would is like kind of an issue, or like having less teams that suck. But I think just getting more people into the SHL helps that because we'll just have more better players. The one thing actually that they could fix is how people retain. Try to tighten the restrictions on how much you can retain and stuff like that.
Sorry.
Because I think that is like the last like creativity you can give to a team to like remain good. But
Oh,
it's
you mean
also
contract
just
retention?
like yeah, contract extensions into player retentions.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, like I mean, because I don't think GMs just don't know the worth of retention, or they're getting there, but
Yeah,
like
no, I agree with that for sure. Like, yeah,
they I think they think more, or they don't think in terms of the other team. It's more of they think, oh, we're gonna be bad. We don't need this,
yes,
and we can get like an extra
and so they
second. But
devalue
like
their own. Yeah, yeah. No,
where I mean, some GMs do value it. Like I know Montreal got a good return off of McBride with getting retention, but like there's some other GMs that just like give it away like candy sometimes.
mm.
So I think either to restrict how much you can retain, or the like how you retain, like, oh, if they extend you can retain or whatever, like have it be a bit more rigid.
Yeah,
I don't know how, but I think that's something they could do
yeah. I have no
um
idea.
in order to make it so that the top teams don't have, because like the biggest problem with parity is that you have teams that are like 1500, 1600 average TBE, and then like middle teams are like 1100, like 1000 to 1100. So you have a big TBE disparity where like and FHM right now, that's a big enough disparity to always win, like 90% of the time,
Yep, yep.
or whatever. And like again, 7 game series. So what happens is that Winnipeg wins, or the Winnipeg goes to the finals 4 times in a row. Where you see in the East, however, is that because you don't have a team like Winnipeg, and you have a bunch of teams like New England, Hamilton, up until recently Montreal, up until and then like even though Buffalo and Atlanta, there's enough, this disparity is not as high, so you can have closer games and different teams winning. So I think if you can limit the the amount of average TPE a team can get from like 1500, 1600 down to like, the 1400, 1300 range, that would do a lot better in terms of parity overall. I don't know if we'll see it, but I feel like if the highest priority or the biggest issue is this parity, making it so that like the average TPE of a team could have is like 1400, 1500, or like 1400, 1450, or whatever, where the disparity isn't as high between the middle teams and the highest teams, so that the more middle teams have a greater chance of beating it in a 7-game series.
Mhm. Um, what about, so this is, I don't know, this is like a big issue anymore, but that's things I have no way of knowing. But like for a while there,
Yeah,
we had a really hard time getting GM applications.
I think that's mostly fixed. HO's done a great job with having it. Well, I mean, obviously, you always have bad GMs, but the goal is to try to get good GMs or GMs that will learn. So I think there's more GM applications, but it's just like either learning on the job, or I don't know, just having either documents or programs or just like, hey, this is how you be like a good as GM. But at the end of the day, if a person just keeps on making bad trades and they won't leave the job, they'll just be a bad GM. I think we do have a lot more applications just because it's an easier job to do, and there's just more people interested now.
Mm. Do you think so? My personal biggest issue with the SHL is not one that we can really fix. I think it's as fixed as it can be, and that it continues to be for me. The impact that coaching has on team and player success.
Yeah.
And it's honestly it's in like the best place it's been since we've switched to FHM. Um, but so again, I think we've done as much as we possibly can for it. Probably, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe other people who know better about FHM could come up with something. But I feel like we've restricted things to the point where it's like, what else can you do? I have no idea. Um,
Yeah, I think the next restriction is to not give the coaches as much ammunition, whether by retention or different things to salary cap, so they can't have the amount of weapons as they do.
mm,
I think that's the next, because I think you restricted enough where for a lot of teams, even if you don't know what to do, you can just copy off a team and still be good.
yep, yep,
So yeah, good question, cheese
yep,
thief.
yeah, yep.
Third question: if a casino out, what is the best and worst
Oh God.
deals did last season casino played
Oh my
out as
casino.
expected? For last season, I expected Toronto to not hit the over, but then they went on a kind of late season surge where they won a couple of games which they shouldn't have. So I only got 6 million. But for me, the best bets right now is the Seattle Argonauts under, which is at 27.5 wins. I also have the Montreal Patriots on the under, which is 19.5 wins. I think they'll have less wins. That might be a little bit dicey, but I think they want to be as bad as they can, because they have picks and they need to rebuild. And then I also have the final one, which is Hamilton Steelhawks over at 38.5 wins on the over. I think they'll get like 45 wins, especially as Montreal is going to be shit, and they got a lot of players either advancing and are peaking right now, or they acquired some better players. So I think they'll hit that over nicely.
I'm just looking at. Did you say? Shit, I lost it. Did you say? Did you have Montreal in there?
Yeah, I did have Montreal. I have the under on them.
Okay, good. Hold on a second here. I'm looking at. I kind of like New Orleans over. That feels all right. Um,
Uh, what's their line? Their line
20,
is
23 and a half.
23.5. I like that as well. Um,
It comes down to
if they're gonna
whether they submit
play
lines this
actual
season.
lines, yeah. Also,
Uh,
like the Minnesota over of 24.5 wins, especially
yeah,
for
that
where
actually
they're
feels
at
pretty good
PD
too.
wise. I
Yeah,
also like that. Um,
a lot of the
the
higher
Toronto,
numbers feel tough. Like they scare me. They
yeah,
spook me a bit.
I don't know if we're gonna get 50 wins. That might be an easy under.
That's a
uh,
like that's a tall order. Like
that's a tall order,
yeah,
and I know we haven't gotten better.
you guys have the highest. I mean I no. How do you guys have the highest line?
Because we won presidents last year.
Oh, okay, okay. Huh.
We're not gonna repeat. So actually,
Yeah,
that might be an actual very easy under.
that one. I don't know about easy, but I definitely wouldn't take it
I
over
would
for
love
sure.
if we could get another 50-win season
Scary.
myself personally, but we'll see. I was debating on the Toronto over, but I don't think they progressed enough to give me confidence, which is why I like the Montreal under because I don't think they can get to 20 wins with their roster and and they're trying to
Hmm.
actually tank to be worse than Toronto
I probably should put this on screen, but oh well.
because Manhattan is like a very easy they'll be last in the league. So
All
yeah,
right. I'm not
all
a casino
yeah.
fan, so I don't really. It's not on my mind
I
ever at all.
wow.
Um. Yeah. 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 Casino hater rich. That's me. Um.
I'm just trying to get all my players rich, so that's why we did the casino.
All right. What about? He says last season he almost had most points and most penalty minutes. Really?
Yeah, it was a close race, but
Oh.
then he kind of didn't take any penalties at the end.
Okay.
And it would have been like the last time. It would have been the first time since like season 20 where the person led the league in both points and PIMs.
Wow. Wow.
It was
Uh.
I think the last person was a New England person as well. I think it was season 20.
Would it have been Callahan? Carter Callahan,
Maybe.
maybe?
Yeah, yeah, it was
Carter
Callahan.
O'Callahan? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense for
We
the
need
time
to
frame
cement
and
this
if it was New
season.
England.
To cement it this season, we just need to get another top 3 performance of all time out of you,
Yeah, no,
Thief,
no
and
problem.
then
No
also
problem.
get more penalty minutes.
So that's what I was. So like he says, what do I need to do to cement that this season? And I would say, get lucky.
Yeah, get insanely lucky
Yeah,
again.
because yeah, I don't. A lot of people, especially like in fantasy, seem extremely high on Laxmus, which I don't blame them. But like,
Alaxum is great, man.
yeah,
R1
sure, but
speed,
like,
top power play minutes,
man, that
great user.
last season was bananas. Like what
It
he had
was
like
bananas.
130 points or something crazy, right?
131 points.
Yeah,
And
man.
it
Ugh.
was like he got like an 8 points game at the end. Oh, it's so nice to
Well, I
see
mean, I
it
guess
go.
yeah, you do get a lot of those because like the top teams trash the bad teams so hard.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, great season. Great season though. Like Thief. Gonna
Yeah,
be winning a Mexico, the con,
the
lightweight.
Pims are the challenge. Like, I think the points, like,
Him is a challenge.
yeah,
I don't know why he had so many
yeah,
pins.
and that's the thing is like, unless you're actively trying to get them, you just kind of get them for whatever. Like I don't know, crank that. And this is not in any way like
Crystal
me
Slider, you're right, Rich. I
hampering you
should.
whatsoever. But crank that aggression. Let's go.
Yeah.
Crank the aggression, and I mean, I guess, and the bravery. You do both, right? It makes sense.
Yeah. We can do both.
Right. What about
Next question is by oh yeah.
another one of your players? And then
No
Count
one
Chocula comes in
players.
again. What is happening?
Yeah, bro, we're popping over
Is
here.
Charlie Conway on your team too?
He's not.
Okay, good.
Bro, hold on. I have a beef with Charlie. Charlie did not message me back for scouting.
Oh, for scout. Okay, that's kind of not that surprising because I think he.
No. He said his top. He said this to Philly. The top 3 teams were, I think, Philly, Atlanta, and New England. But he didn't message me back, so I'm beefing with him,
So because
which
I
is
think he's
crazy.
like not the most Discord active in my
I don't
experience.
care.
So
I don't care. I sent it like 2 weeks early. I sent it on September 1st, and then I followed up like 2 days before the draft.
listen, it's one of those where you read the message and then forget to go back to it because the
I was
notification's gone. Right?
some. I mean, I wouldn't have
Is
picked
this why
him,
you
but
didn't
like,
draft him? Is this what's going on here?
no, I wouldn't have drafted him anyway. But like,
Uh,
I mean, actually, no. Depending on the conversation, I could have for when I pick five.
When did you?
Yeah,
I honestly don't
picked
remember.
five, and I picked Suing with Nancy, which is another great pick.
Yeah,
But no, he just didn't mess with me. That was so cringe of him. Anyway, he
yeah.
would. Seamus said, if you can make a trading card set,
Oh,
what would you want to be themed after?
hmm.
Um, for me personally, I would like to see uh the a trading card set of every person who won the game-winning goal in the finals. So you collect everyone who like got like the game-winning goal in like the last
Of like
game
the
of
series
every
winning,
final.
like the cup winning game,
Yeah,
or any series,
no, just for the finals.
just for the okay. That's
So you
pretty.
just make one a season.
Does it have to be like wildly rare? And there'd also be
I
so
don't know.
few of them, right?
There would be
You
72 cards, depending, how many seasons the SHL goes. Like, it will only be once a season. You have to make a card. It'll be really easy. And it would be a fun pack, or it would be a fun theme to have. Because it could be anyone. It doesn't have to be, have you hit this certain TP amount, or have you won this award? It's like, it could be fucking the 425 TP bitch you had at the fourth line to a cup winning goal. So that's
um
mine.
give me a punishment slash suspension card set.
That would
So
also be fire.
well, and if even if it was like a user based punishment, you
Oh, it
still
would be
put the
user based.
associated player on the card.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's like the 2K card where you have both the player name and the username, right?
Yeah, you want it like that, and then you want to do the punishment, like multi or
give me like a grade of like the quality of the punishment or the quality of the offense. So
and
it's
then
like
the quality
it's like
of
a rating for the card as well.
the thread
Yeah.
as well. Because
That'd
if
be
it
a
was,
separate one, like
if it was like a two reply
a
thread,
Thunderdome
but like,
thread card set.
yeah, the all timers,
Oh man.
that would be funny. Um,
um,
Good
I
question,
had another
Seamus.
thought for this, but I don't remember what it was because I saw this one beforehand and I had something and I forgot it. It might have been what
Yeah,
I just had now, but I don't remember. Um,
both great options though.
yeah.
Great question though. Next question is Count Chocula. He said, "How are you enjoying your new job as PT grading department?" I liked it for the great couple of days I've had it, and
Great. You're the whole department. Is that?
I graded like all the predictions this season, and I didn't
Yeah.
even get paid.
Well, listen.
I looked at the bank request.
Did
I didn't
Zerg
even
not
get
pay
paid. I
you?
did all the Zerg didn't pay me. I mean, I wasn't
Zerg.
even part of it. I just did it because
Oh,
no one else was
you're just
doing it.
taking work from people, huh?
Yeah, I took it over. That's what I do in the budget. In the budget, no one's done it. I'll just fucking do it because I don't feel like waiting on people.
Yeah.
So
Well.
and I graded predictions for like 15 seasons or
Yeah.
whatever. So it's not like I knew it. But yeah, so I just did that. You know, kept it afloat, gave people the TP that they wanted, and then everyone else did the lot harder predictions, or either the mock draft, which is harder to grade, or like all the All-Star Week and Championship Week, which is way harder to grade than my predictions, which is literally just a spreadsheet. So they're
um.
doing the real work. I just put in some formulas and make sure it's correct.
Yeah. What else? What else we got? Charlie.
So we're
Okay.
all caught
Charlie's
up.
questions.
Isn't it nice not to claim TP average? You can it's just there.
Yeah, except that like, is there a like there isn't, and I know this. I don't know why I'm asking, but like, it would be great if there was some kind of like notification or something like, hey,
Yeah, on the portal, that's something we're looking into.
okay, because yeah,
But
like
the Yogurt Lopes BBYGM, his bot that gives out the little notifications like, hey, this PT's in here.
yeah,
Go check.
because yeah, when
So no, that's something we are looking into. It was just not a minimal viable product feature.
yeah.
But
But outside of that, yeah, I mean, it's great.
yeah,
Yeah, you
we have
just
a
show up and
we
there's
have a
TP there.
yeah, you can just
But it means
spend it.
also like as a person, because this is my bullshit, I have to check it kind of not obsessively, but like, yeah, Kinda.
and we're keeping people on the portal. That's the main. That's why we're not. That's why we haven't done it. So
Driving
people can just
portal
keep on doing
traffic,
that.
which oh man. Um oh my god, the portal is so good. Oh god damn it, it's so good.
I know. It's great.
Uh yeah. All right. Um Charlie. He says, what team do you want to see win the Challenge Cup this season?
The least this season.
Oh, the least. I missed the least. Oh,
Winnipeg. Just get out of the finals.
yeah, I don't know.
Four
I guess
seasons in a row, even though they lost
I
three
don't want them to
times.
not win the cup. I want them to not make the finals.
Yeah,
Um,
I think
but
New England. Hell no, get out of here,
Edmonton because Hiffo bad.
bro. Philadelphia because they're just too good. Time to knock them down a peg. Um, but like just Winnipeg dominated the West for 4 seasons now, so it's kind of like okay, anyone else but Winnipeg at this point for the West.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
please,
probably the best answer. Yeah.
like please, someone defeat them.
I mean, they have only won the cup once. It's just like, and that's why I
Yeah,
say I'd rather just it's not that I don't want to see them win the cup. I just don't want to see them in the finals.
yeah.
But it's, it feels pretty inevitable. It's like,
hmm
what are you gonna do?
And this next question is: do you think the index should be directly accessible from the portal? Maybe.
It'd be nice
It
if you
depends.
could, yeah, if you could link to like a player from a player's page to their stats on the
That
portal. But I guess
is
this is probably stuff that's
also
all in the works. I would
it is
imagine.
in the works.
Yeah. Once
Um,
we integrate things a little more than they are, I would think.
yeah, no, we have a bunch of features that we need to rank in terms of viability and
Mhm.
priority, and then we're gonna start knocking them out. Right for the past 2 or 3 weeks, the portal's been live has basically just been okay. What broke or what do people like bring up that they should have brought up in beta testing and fixing those issues
Yeah.
right now. And then eventually we're gonna start, ranking the features into like whether it's a like a how long it will take, and then start doing them. I would love it to be a job where like the updaters, but they update player information that you just can't like access or like can't automatically do, which
Sure.
is like draft information
Yeah. Stuff that's
and
like forum like based.
award information and index IDs to be on the portal player,
Hmm.
so that it's just there's uh there's just more information and more aesthetics, I guess. So yeah, that's that.
Yep.
And then which Koivu is the superior Koivu? Obviously Simon Koivu. He was my player for a long time. The
What?
GOAT. Hmm?
Who? I don't remember that Koivu
Koivu?
at all.
Simon Koivu? Simon? Bree?
I
Bree Aqueduct?
do not remember that at all. Sorry.
Oh my god. There's like a million Koivus
I know.
anyway.
I know. The superior Koivu this season is Ricky Koivu.
Ricky Koivu? I don't know about that.
He's like the highest TPE forward, I believe, in the league and on Philadelphia. That's a
Uh,
winning combination right
let's
there
see
for
if that's
Koivu.
true. Let's see if that's true.
I mean, it seems likely. I feel like it's
Uh, league. It is Ricky Koivu.
yeah
No, it's Ricky Koivu.
Ricky Koivu. Yeah.
Yeah, for Philadelphia.
Yep. I believe he's the highest TPE forward in the league
He
currently.
is 1993.
Yep. Which
The
is
highest TP
surprising.
player is just in time with
Yeah.
1998.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Just in time is good player. Good player on good team. Gonna be good.
Yeah. Good player, good team.
Although it's still a goalie, so that's actually maybe not. It's still pretty likely, but if it were any other position, it'd be like automatic. But like since it's goalie, it's like
Yeah.
I mean probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Benjamin, he's the other exception to the rule.
Yeah, that's true.
Good
Ben
player,
Jamin
good
just
team,
blows it out.
but somehow not actually good.
Yeah, not actually good. Better luck next time, buddy.
Yeah. Sorry, James. you know it to be true. So this isn't like us bad mouthing you. This is just reality. All right.
That's the end of all the questions.
That is the end of all the
Congrats.
questions. I've got stuff to talk about though.
Okay.
Oh, there he is. There's the guy. You know.
Feels bad, man. Yeah, you should feel bad. You're a terrible player.
The worst. He's the inverse Tony Pepperoni for fantasy. Because like with Tony Pepperoni, it was always like, okay, so this season he's going to be bad, right? Finally, even though he's like
Yeah.
10 seasons into regression, he'll finally be bad. Nope, still good somehow. Benjamin's the opposite, where he's like, okay, so this is the season he's good, right? Right? No, just not good ever. Although this season, this season might be the season for Benjamin in fantasy, for that pick to pay off. Man. Okay. What do you call it? Charity drive. We are coming down to the last few days of the charity drive. Yeah, James is always here. He's yeah, whatever. It's fine. I've got nothing bad to say about James. Last few days of the charity drive. We got Wednesday, I believe, at midnight, or is it Wednesday morning or Wednesday night? Midnight. I think it's Wednesday night. 11:59 p.m. I believe. The 4th. What's the 4th? Is that Wednesday?
Yeah.
So yeah, 11:59 p.m. I believe it's Pacific. Is when the auctions will all close, I guess.
Oh.
So heads up, if you're interested in still bidding on anything, we got just a few days left, so pay attention to that.
On the podcast with me and Rich, so that it's not Wally twice in a row.
Oh my god, I know. Well, listen, what's this? Because one is like 50. He did that up to 50 like immediately.
Yeah.
I was rolling at 20 in the second. That's not too bad. Are you bidding on anything currently, or do you have any active bids, Luke?
I don't think so.
No.
Also, I've lost because I've been on a couple, but then I think people just outbid me.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see. Maybe I'll slide in on the 4th.
That's what I'm not planning to, but I've got two that I'm. Oh, you're winning an article, a 750 word article by Boom currently.
Let's go. I don't know I'll have Boom right, but
so I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, maybe I should bid on one of those, and I thought, well, what would I don't even know. Like, I wouldn't know what to do.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'll ask my locker room.
Yeah.
I'll put it up with the locker
room. Get some player lore written up for you.
I don't you don't
want player lore?
Player lore.
Get some GM lore then for your whoever your GM is. Your GM persona.
Arnold Holub.
Is that what in the world is that?
He's my GM character.
Is it
GM of Vancouver, GM of Manhattan, now GM of New England?
Do you have it in your signature or something like that?
Yeah.
Where are you?
I haven't updated my signature in like 8 years, but it's there.
Oh, Arnost Hole. What kind of name is that? What is that?
It was a Czech name.
Okay.
I haven't updated my sig in years.
Oh yeah. So. This is all from the 40s and 50s. Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah. It was everyone who didn't win the Jester but had like amazing seasons.
Oh yeah. What was that? 47?
Yeah, something like that.
Is that the draft class? No, the draft class was like 43, right?
No, Luke Thomason, which they misspelled, which is hilarious.
Thompson, yeah, no, that's right.
He lost to Winters. Right. Austin Roenick lost in like 40 or 50.
Oh, these were separate seasons. I assumed this was all the same season. Okay.
No, different seasons. Or they had great seasons, but someone else had a better season.
That's funny. Bob, are all these names, like a lot of these names are jacked up? Yeah, they all are.
Yeah.
Okay. Like Bob Bergman, that's not a player.
It was nobody's player.
Yeah, Bobby Bergen or Bob Bergen. I don't remember. He had like Robert Bergen as well. I think he had 3 Bergens.
I don't know.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, get those auction bids in. And yeah, there you go. You got anything else you want to talk about? We got like 5-ish minutes left. Fill this
Uh,
full hour.
Not really. I'm first in money again. I think we
Yep.
talked about that last season now,
You
or
know, it's
last
funny.
week.
I think Carpy might have conceded.
Oh yeah.
I'm still in Toronto, of course, because I'm
Hmm.
not leaving. And I saw something. I don't remember the exactly what he said, but he said he wanted Luke to be ahead of him. Like, oh, why? What? All right.
So it's
So
just a
you might just
never-ending grind to catch up to
yeah.
me.
So I guess you just win forever now.
Just, I guess so, but
The
like, I don't know. Carpius graphics, whenever he gets paid, it just comes in
yeah,
waves.
like
I'm like, I can't keep up with that.
the uh the card payment from this last
Oh my
season
god.
was so insane.
Yeah, but then my development payment went in
Oh, did
full
it?
50 mil.
What are you at now? Should have
Uh, a lot of money. 550.
do we still track it on the forum? Is that still accurate? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
650.
650. 650.
I totally forgot I was in the 600s now.
Oh, this
I
is
should probably just like
that. Can I not see? Oh, there it is. Oh,
I
whatever.
should probably do something with it.
Yeah,
Like
develop
I
pay
could I
50.
could throw away 200 mil and like something. I don't know.
Wild. Wild.
Yeah. Oh, it was gonna be if I was gonna bring this up to Jess. It was like if we hit like 5K, you can delete all my money or something like that
Isn't there a thing? Oh, there's gonna be a raffle if we hit a certain amount. Which
for 100 mil. Yeah.
at this point I don't like. It's hard to say. I
I
guess I
don't know.
haven't.
I haven't keep track. But
Maybe
I feel like for one of these charity things, I should be like, if you hit 5K, you can delete my bank account or like disperse my bank account to everyone in equal
I'm gonna put
amounts.
this on my other screen because I don't know if people necessarily want people seeing this. So, but I think we're not like the auctions haven't come in yet, so it's like we still got that bump, but it feels
Yeah.
like we're not doing that great relative to how we've done in the past in terms of our charity drives. Um, yeah, we're
I don't know. I think just because the auction things aren't calculated yet, I
that
think
could
that's
be,
why.
but I don't know how much that's gonna really account for. Let's see.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Huh.
Um, but yeah, no, I think one of these times I should have or not raffle off, but do something where it's like if we hit this goal or we do this, then you can delete my bank account or like give it away to people. I feel like that would be funny, and people would want to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. There'd be people on board with that. All right.
So yeah, maybe look out for that because I feel like that would be hilarious because one, I can get a lot of money back very quickly,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but it's also just like I've been building this bank account for 5 years,
Yeah.
man. It's a lot of media articles and a lot of podcasts and a lot of jobs that I could just go pee pee poof.
I mean,
So
you're
so is that
still.
debate.
Oh yeah, you know that media thing. That media article you did. That was you,
Yeah,
right? I'm not losing my
that was
mind.
me.
That was you.
Like I said,
That
great,
was
big media
great.
article
That
guy.
was great.
I know, I know. I got the gems in me.
My favorite part is being like, oh, what is? Where is it? Let's here. Here we go. Bring it up here.
I still got those banger articles.
2022 to present. I'm sixth for
Yeah, just
posts, but I'm not
for
even in the
podcast.
word count. I just don't
Yeah,
exist.
it's podcast.
I know
You just post the
it's
podcast
just
and we're
great.
good.
I love it. Word count. Word counts for nerds.
Yeah, word count are for nerds. But you
Yeah,
know,
no, this was
it
awesome.
was a really fun thing to do.
Argar's crazy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's also I said at the top where it's just like, people who wrote but one person posted will inflate the word count like Argo with his top 100 or
That's
whatever.
true. Yeah, the top 100. I did forget about that. Yeah, because other people wrote for that. Yeah, I totally forgot
Yeah,
about
so it's
that.
just like, I I scraped literally every media or graded article. So, but it was a lot of fun to do. Still proves I got banger articles in me.
How did you count? How did you do this? How did you figure this stuff? These like,
So in R, I wrote a script that the pulled all the graded articles, and then I took the first post. I got the first post, which is where almost every 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 word in the article, unless he split it up, which I didn't count those because it would be impossible to really know.
Yeah, yeah.
But so I took the first post, I cut out the signature through programming, and then I just did the word count on that. So the word count is like, not the most accurate, but it's the most accurate I could do at the
Yeah.
time. And it ran. I think it took like 2 hours for each SHL and SMJHL graded articles to run through it all. And yeah, that's the result I got. It was very fun to do.
Yeah, it was a great idea. Like, honestly,
Yeah,
really,
I
really
know.
great idea.
Banger idea, Rich. I still got those gems. I got another media that I really want to do,
Yeah.
which is just the looking at the past 3 weeks of analytics for the portal.
Okay. Like
I
in
already
terms
have
of
like
like number of things completed or
yeah,
number of.
I already have most of it for head office.
Mhm.
Like the first week of the portal, we got 389 activity checks.
Okay, nice.
Uh,
That's a
for,
really great number for us.
yeah, last week it's 403.
Okay.
This week right now it's 404. So if you compare that to right before we switched, it
This
was like
that's like those are the numbers we hit like
before or
at the
COVID
height of the COVID time too, like just over
Yeah.
400.
Well, yeah, we also had a crazy draft
Yep.
class between uh all right to subpar Reddit draft. I think it kind of picked up, which is nice to see. And then the amount of people that came from ISFL and PB and other various leagues, like there's been 83 unique activity check claims the past 3 weeks from season 74 class. So without those, we're at 368, which is like what I expected for looking at the activity checks before we switched to the portal.
Yep. I mean
Because
that's a pretty
we
good
were at
number
like
for
we were
not
at like
including the 74 class.
yeah, because we were at like 340, 350.
Mhm.
So how I usually do activity checks on the forum is that you just do the activity check number plus 15, and that's usually about uh the amount of people you have in the SHL being active. So getting 368, that makes sense. So now it's all the season 74 people.
Yep.
Like the past 3 weeks, it's been off 452 unique people have done an activity check, which is pretty great. But we got to see with more data, how many people actually stay. But that's the fun part, and hopefully, we retain more players with the portal. We
Yeah,
also had
that'll be interesting to see if what effect it has.
yeah for training. It's been 359 the first week, with 389 activity check. Second week it was 379 training with 403 activity checks, and then this week it's been 388 training with 404 activity checks, which is interesting because not everyone is doing training, but more people doing activity checks, obviously, because it's free.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, so I want to like combine that data and then be like, what's the attribute most people have been updating, and like shit like that.
Oh, that's super interesting. Yeah, I suppose that's all there. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
So that'd be sick.
Cool. Hey, listen. Before playoffs, like the last update of the season, it's probably bravery. Just based on my file work experience. I'm so sick of
most
updating
people
people's
do.
bravery by one.
Wait,
Like,
really? For playoffs?
oh my god, yeah, people will update anything. Like
True.
forwards updating their shot blocking to 9. It's like, why are you making me do this work for nothing? Stop. I hate you. It's the so it's off season in order of the problematic updates for me as file worker. The off season,
Yeah.
that's just because it's massive. The week after off season, like the after preseason, like this weekend,
Yeah.
is the second worst, and then the third worst is the last of the season because of all those stupid updates. The
Little
stupid little. I have to spend every last TPE. Like, I don't think you're taking your as a defenseman. I don't think having 9 faceoffs is going to win you a series,
Just in
but I don't
case
know.
though,
I don't know.
just in case you have to take a face off.
It's I get it. I get it, and like everybody does it. Every team does it. Like it's not even like a thing of like it's just this little annoyance of me having to go through and update like twice as many players in 1 week, and it's always little whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I have nothing to complain about because I'm paid very well.
Well, maybe, bro. Some of those shimmers, I'm making bread.
I have not paid attention to that. I just know what I make, and it's quite
Yeah.
good. It's honestly I would consider myself overpaid. But there
But
you go.
hey, man, those defensemen going to 9 playoffs, just in case they take a face off, and that face off is important, you know.
We all know how important faceoffs are to winning and losing
They are.
hockey games.
They are.
I
And I
don't
think
actually
that they
know.
are.
I don't
I
actually
swear to
know. I
God,
just
they
know a lot
are.
of people
I
say they
think
aren't.
so.
I don't actually know. All
All
right,
right. Well, I think that's an hour.
let's
I think we're
call it
good.
there. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening. If you listened to it live or on the VOD, and we will not see you next week. I'm out of town next week, so probably a week after.
Yeah. I'll have to bring in Adam.
Yeah.
I could
Bring in
blame
Adam
him
and
more for his
question him
trade.
about his scouting
Fucking drafting
process.
someone and then trading him away
Oh
because
no.
I didn't
Oh
want.
no. Oh,
Yeah,
that's real
sad.
tough. Real tough.
It is tough.
We
It
love
is
you,
tough,
Adam.
but we make it. We move now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for me.
All right.
I gotta do the dishes
Yeah.
of my stew.
Oh boy.
All right.
All right, take it
See ya.
easy. All right. Thanks for hanging out in the chat. Those of you that did, it is actually great when we have people. And I'm terrible at promoting, so I basically am entirely reliant on Luke for that kind of stuff. So when we have people in chat, it's probably because of him, and it's great. It's great to have some sort of interactivity instead of just talking to ourselves. So thank you, and so long.